Louisiana, the time has come. Get ready for our Great Kids on Great Day Talent Showcase. We are featuring kids and teens who are gifted in academics, the arts, and performance. We've got poetry.
Too much for my own pond. And even when I get in bigger spaces, I feel like my too much fills up every room.
Hello, beautiful people, and thank you so much for joining us here on Great Day, Louisiana. I hope you are ready because we have a great show for you all. It's very special, and I'm your host, Malik Mingo, by the way. Okay, listen, some of you may remember that recently we put a call out that we wanted to feature local talented kids and teens on the show. Well, now it's time to let them shine right here on our show. These are some of the brightest stars from our area, and throughout this entire hour, you're going to see why, okay? Welcome to our Great Kids on Great Day Talent Showcase. Okay, kicking things off for us is a young man from right here in New Orleans who has a passion for any and everything music. He can dance, he can play instruments, and today he's going to sing for us. Please help me welcome 17-year-old Ezekiel Mosley. What's happening, my brother?
Hi.
Congratulations!
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. And listen, I remember when you sent in your submission, you had a choir with you. You were singing, okay?
Thank you,
and look, Algiers is in the house, everybody. He goes to LB Landry.
Yes,
you're in the band, you're in the choir, you do everything musically.
Everything.
When did you first fall in love with music and why?
I want to say when I was about 5 years old. I've been singing and dancing since then, and my dad is a pastor, so I used to go to church and listen to the choirs, and I just loved it ever since.
Yes, and your dad is here with you today. Shout out to Dad. And I'm so curious, what does the future look like for you? You're about to be a senior this year. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the future, make albums, do tours. I'm really excited. Do maybe a couple movies, who knows?
Oh, he wants to act as well?
Yeah.
And since you dance after school, I gotta see, how do you move? You move real good?
I could do a little something.
I can do a little something. I bet you can do everything. Who do you like to sing? Why do you choose the artists that you perform?
I love to sing Michael Jackson, Sam Cooke, Donny Hathaway. The song today, Leslie Odom Jr., I just love the words. I love the meaning of the song. So I just love to sing it.
Well, I cannot wait to hear you, my brother. As you can see, he is in the band as well. Like we mentioned earlier, he plays the trombone. And I'm so curious, how are you a better Ezekiel today because you play music, you perform music? How has it affected your life?
It really gave me a positive outlook. Music is healing. Music is like the strongest thing besides prayer, I think. It heals souls. And I just love everything dealing with it.
Well, I can't wait to be healed, and the audience can't wait to be healed as well. Congratulations, my brother. I'm gonna let you get set up to sing, and look, everybody, here is Ezekiel Mosley singing Standards by Leslie Odom Jr. of Hamilton fame in our Chip 4-style soundstage. Take it away, Ezekiel.
There was crumbs, scraps, pennies, pats, everything was fine. You treat me like a loaded gun when I ask for what is mine. Always try to dim my light, no matter how bright I shine. But I've got my standards that I'm never letting die. And I bleed cause of pride, you're not bleeding me dry. Cannot abide, I got my head on a swivel this time. Why would I let you just twist it aside? I catch a fever with it aiming at the way I live my life. But these are my standards. I ain't gonna never let them die. I ain't gonna never let them die. I ain't gonna never let them die. These are my standards. When I called for help, you didn't pick up your phone. You saw my kingly potential, so you kept me from my throne. The truth is I'm demonized for standing my own ground. So you pushed me into the deep end, hoping I'd drown. But I've got my people bubble beat. I don't be there. Anybody hold you to it. I don't need it. No. I ain't gonna never let them die. I ain't gonna never let them die. I ain't gonna never let them die.
Give it up for Ezekiel Mosley. Oh my goodness, 17 years old. What a bright future ahead. See you at the Grammys, my good sir. Okay. Now look, for our next great kid on Great Day, she is a rising junior at Benjamin Franklin High School and an award-winning poet. Please help me welcome 16-year-old Amira Konate to the show. Hello, darling. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my goodness, and not only do we have a poet here, everybody, an award-winning poet. I gotta brag on you, my sister, because you have won the bronze, the silver, and this year, 2024, you won the gold for the NAACP ACT-SO Gold Regional in Poetry. Look at that medal, y'all. Talk to me about that experience.
It was so much fun, a little difficult, but with my mentors and the people part of the ACT-SO New Orleans program, I was set. It was a really exciting experience and really a self-reflection, a self-journey.
Yes, and what was the poem that you read to win the gold?
The poem that I read to win the gold was called My Last Poem to You. It's about emancipation and just freedom, but the original theme of the poem was unrequited love.
16 years old and so self-aware, which I think is so powerful. What do you love about poetry? Like, how were you able to fall in love with words? Because when I interview poets, it's so fascinating how you all are able to put sentences together to really create an emotion.
The way I fell in love with poetry was at first I was always writing, but soon like this year, I met my teacher, Sean Leon, at Benjamin Franklin High School, and he really pushed me to write poetry, would share poetry all the time in his class, and just the thought of being able to help somebody feel your emotions and hear your voice without you having to be there is what draws me to poetry so much.
And what's so great is that not only are you a poet, you've been in Anthony Bean Community Theater, which is amazing.
Yes.
What are some of the common themes you write about in your poetry?
The common themes that I write about in poetry are blackness, prayer, Christianity, love, freedom, and kind of turning the mirror back on yourself.
Yes. And you have a lot of goals in life. You want to go to HBCU.
Yes.
You want to study psychology.
Yes.
Amazing. We have several great HBCUs here in New Orleans.
Yes.
How many poems have you written? And moreover, can we expect a book sometime in life?
Well, I want to say I've written over 20 poems.
Wow.
Some of them are entitled, and I've actually talked to my friend Jamal Beverly. I don't know if he's watching this.
He will.
He probably will. And I've talked to him about writing poetry because he himself as well is an amazing poet. So that's in the work.
Yes, and one of your favorite poets, Sonny Patterson.
Yes.
You are making them proud, and you're making us all proud.
Thank you.
16 years old and so great. Thank you so much for being here,
so
my
much.
sister. And are y'all ready to see what Amira has got? I know I am. Well, look, she is about to perform some spoken word for us right now. Here's Amira Konate.
Hi, this is Black Swan by Amira Konate. In my skin, I feel tight and secure, but never satisfied. I always wanted white innocence, a coming-of-age story with picket fences, big backyards, tree houses, a boy who liked me, a pink bike with glittery hot pink tassels, the freedom of white girls with long blonde pigtails and big blue eyes and safe neighborhoods. Oh, in a world where there was always room, their wings always taking up the right amount of space. However, my wings were always too big, my skin too black to get a treehouse. I was too fast, without wheels, without pedals to carry me. White swans were always just enough. I was always too much. Even the black swans never understood what I was. Too ugly, too loud, too skinny, too black, too talkative, too mean, too nice, too whitewashed, too New Orleans, too African. Too much for my own pond. And even when I get in bigger spaces, I feel like my too much fills up every room. Like my black wings hit every corner of a white page. Like my emotions are killing everyone from the inside out. like my tears are drowning everyone, like I'm running from a fear that doesn't exist. Constantly paranoid and scared and insecure, but constantly seducing and gliding and living like I could care less, like it's my world. And maybe a white swan is just innocence. Maybe I could be a white swan. But then I look at these big black wings and I wonder, what has to die so I can be both unapologetically, with no regrets? What has to die so I can fly and leave this little pawn behind?
Oh my goodness, you are so talented.
Thank
Your mom
you.
is what you hear today. Thank you so much for being here, making her so proud. And look, everybody, you just heard two great kids here on Great Day.